Time to let go, say hello to Lockdown 2.0. Oh my god, hey! Welcome back to my kingdom of stagey isolation, where we are still in isolation once again. Yay, us. If you're seeing my face for the first time, hello! My name is Mickey Joe and I'm obsessed with all things theatre, which is a very challenging way to be right now at this present moment in time. So the news for the UK theatre industry is generally not good at the moment. The most recent government announcement has set back a lot of the plans for West End shows to reopen in November, a lot of regional theatres to reopen in November, a huge amount of theatre happening across the country. It's worth saying as well, none of this theatre came easily. This was all very hard work from producers, cast, creatives, trying to put things together in an already very financially challenging environment, a very limiting environment. There was social distancing in play, audience sizes were reduced, things were streaming online. The environment for theatre in the UK has changed drastically and dramatically this year for obvious reasons. The fact that these shows were able to get off the ground is due to a huge amount of hard work, and to see that so instantly crushed with a government announcement the way that it came was very upsetting. I was upset as a theatre goer to have shows I was going to see cancelled. I cannot imagine how this felt for any of the performers, any of the creative teams, any of the producers, any of the staff at the theatres that were suddenly having to face imminent, unexpected closure. On a personal level, I cannot tell you how many theatre tickets I had booked for November. November was like the big month of West End reopenings. I had multiple tickets booked for 6, for Everybody's Talking About Jamie that I accidentally booked on 2 different days. Whoops. I was going to go see The Play That Goes Wrong. I was going to go and see Rent. It was set to be a really exciting month for theatre that is now slightly less so. But there is some good news which I am bringing you today. If you want to keep supporting the theatre industry, a lot of it has been able to go online. There are lots of shows that are now putting streaming in place. There are a lot of things that were already streaming, and I am going to tell you about some of the best shows that you can stream online in the month of November to help support the theatre industry. All the information you need in one place. Think of me as Siri, but camp. So the first show that I want to talk about that you can stream online this month is The Last 5 Years. This is a revival from Southwark Playhouse. I talked about it in another video when I went to go see it in person last month. It's a beautiful revival. It's a 2-person cast, obviously, because that's the show, but they also play instruments in this version. They're on stage for most of the time, and it brings out some really new, interesting things about the show. If you haven't seen this show before, it's a staple of musical theatre. What are you doing with your life? Go and watch this version. If you have seen the show before, it brings out so many new things about it, so many interesting new vocal choices, so many new approaches in terms of the direction of the show, in terms of the staging of the show. The fact they play the instruments and accompany each other brings out a new level of chemistry that these characters have never really been able to blah 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 blah. Hello, my name is Mickey Joe. Sometimes I love theatre and I get very excited and I mumble my words. There's a level of chemistry that these two have on stage that I've never seen in a production of this show before, and I've seen a lot of productions of this show before. So I cannot recommend this version of the show enough. If you want to hear more about it, you can go and watch my other video where I do a full review of my experience going to see this at Southwark Playhouse, but I will be streaming this again because I'm desperate to see it. Tickets are £15 and it's available from stream.theatre between the 26th and the 30th of November. The next shows to be streaming on the website stream.theatre is a repeat broadcast of the concerts that were recorded live at the Coliseum. Performers like Sharon D. Clarke, Carrie Hope Fletcher, Cassidy Jansen, recent Olivier Award winner, and Sharon D. Clarke, all the Olivier Award winners. This was filmed before the Oliviers. How did you know, Jack Maple? As part of this series, they also filmed with Bradley Jaden and Alexia Kadim a new musical called After You. They're streaming 2 encore performances of this, and I don't know what it's about, but I saw a lot of good word-of-mouth reviews from it the last time that it premiered, and I was doing something else. I think I was seeing actual theatre that day, so I didn't have a chance to watch. If there's one thing I hate, it's missing something and then hearing it was good. I get serious theatre FOMO. So I will definitely be watching this because I love new musicals. These are 2 great performers. I've seen them both in Les Mis, funnily enough, and it's another great way to support not only new musical theatre, but the theatre industry as well. Another show that will be streaming this month, and a very hot ticket, is the revival of Rent at the Haute Theatre. So I've been excited about this show all year. Going back just to when it was announced, I loved Rent. Any chance to see Rent in the UK is always very exciting. Add to that it was at the Haute Mill, which is a venue in Manchester that does really exciting revivals, does really just edgy, groundbreaking, and high quality new work. Cut to one of the greatest cast announcements I have ever seen. Just full of rising stars from West End shows alongside brand new emerging talent. Some people that I know personally and are massive fans of, people like Blake and Millie from Be More Chill. Then you've got cast members from And Juliet from Six. There are so many great people in this cast. It's a super diverse cast. I cannot tell you how excited I was to see this revival. And then November Cancellation came. This was a show that had only just opened, I think, days before. It hadn't had its press night yet. It was in previews, very initial previews. And so I think they were particularly hardly hit. That was hard to say. Particularly hardly hit. They were hit particularly hard by this announcement happening. And they have had to cancel all of their subsequent performances from Thursday of this week. But they are filming and editing a full version of the show that you will be able to stream online on certain dates. Tickets for this are strictly limited, I know, so you're going to want to make sure you get these fast. But what you're getting is a filmed and edited product. It's not a live stream, so it's going to be super high quality. The vocals are going to be great, I can tell you, because of who is in it. This is going to be one of those shows that all of Stan Twitter is going to be talking about. All of your Stagey friends are going to be watching. This is not one you want to miss out on. I'm pretty sure I have my tickets sorted already. I'm almost worried about hyping this up in case it sells out and I don't get one. For existing ticket holders, they've sent out the most comprehensive exchange email I've ever seen, where there's like 4 options of what you can choose to do with your tickets. Shout out to the Haute, who I've heard have only been amazing with their customer care this entire year. Oh, you can also get rent at the Haute merch. You know, that's what I've missed, is theatre merch during this whole time. That's the one thing that I haven't really... Like, you can watch theatre at home and it's still fine, but there's no merch. Another show that you can watch at home in the month of November, in the second lockdown, is Emilia. This is a play that I saw last year in London and has gone on to win a bunch of Olivier Awards at this year's postponed Olivier ceremony. It won the award for Best New Comedy, even though it shouldn't have been a comedy. It won awards for set design, it won awards for costume design. It's an incredible piece of work. You can stream this one for 2 weeks from the 10th of November for a donation of your choice, minimum £1, but you can choose to donate whatever you want. The proceeds from this, as I understand it, are going to be shared between the company who worked on this, all of the freelancers involved, and the show's all-female creative team. It's an incredibly powerful play. I'm thrilled that I'm going to be able to get to see it again. I saw it very late in the run. Had I seen it earlier, I would have booked in repeat viewings and I would have told all of my friends to go, because it's such an important play. It has such important themes, such important messages, and the end is just life-changing. It really spoke to me, and I'm not even the person in the audience that it was trying to speak to. It tells a very important historical story from a time that is often represented only by the men who existed during it. Shakespeare. But I really can't praise this show enough. The cast was incredible and diverse. I bought the play script immediately afterwards in the theatre, which I very rarely do, but I was so convinced. I think I bought it in the interval. I think it was already going that well that I was like, yes, I want to own this. So I'm so excited to see it again. If you love plays, if you love feminism, if you love women, which you should, all of the above, by the way, those are non-optional, then make sure you go and stream this play. Another show that I haven't seen talked about quite as much, but is a really exciting one to be having a UK production, is Title Show. This is a real cult, was an off-Broadway musical that then went to Broadway. It was really this little show that could. This show was originally conceived and created and performed by Jeff Bowen and Hunter Bell and Susan Blackwell and Heidi Blickenstaff. It's a 4-person, very meta musical that I don't actually know that much about. I'm really excited to watch this to expand my musical theatre knowledge, also because it has a stellar cast. Lucy Jones is in this, Jenna Russell is in this, who I adore, Tyrone Huntley is in this, he's crazy talented, Mark Elliott is in this, he was in City of Angels. It's a really exciting, really interesting mix of people, I think, for people that you wouldn't necessarily normally put together in a musical. Ben Ferguson is the MD, I think he's going to have a role in it as well. And this show has been recorded in the chorus rehearsal room of the London Coliseum, I think, which is one of the fanciest theatres in London. Tickets are available via the London Coliseum's actual website, and it's streaming between the 12th and the 14th of November. Tickets are again around £15, and this is also being produced by Lambert Jackson Productions, who brought us First Date in lockdown, which was super great. And they brought us Songs for a New World that went on to become this amazing concert at the Palladium. The quality of the work they've brought us in lockdown has been so great already, it kind of suggests how good this is going to be, so you're not going to want to miss this one either. Those are just some highlights of some of the streamed theatre you can watch during this time. I guarantee you there will be more concerts, there will be more cabarets, there will be more plays, there will be more musicals. There's loads of fringe stuff being made available, loads of venues are now saying their shows will be available online, loads of regional venues. Please go and support venues that you love, artists that you love, and more that you haven't discovered that you love yet. There is so much theatre out there in the month of November. I promise you, you will not even have enough time. 4 weeks is not enough for the wealth of art that is going to be made available. It's a hugely difficult time for everyone involved at the moment, and it would make a huge difference. So I hope that this video helped if you're someone who was considering streaming some theatre during the next lockdown, if you were sad because you were meant to be going to the theatre, if like me you had some of your theatre trips cancelled. Hopefully this will make up for it in some small way. If there's other shows you are going to be watching during this period that you would like to share, please comment them in the comment section down below so that everyone can check out those as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to my channel where there is plenty more stagey content for you to watch during the next lockdown period if you're just discovering me. If you've already discovered me, watch it again! Tell a friend! This is all I have. Thank you for watching. I hope that everyone is staying safe and that you have a stagey day.
For 10 more seconds, I'm Mickey Joe Theatre. Oh my god, hey. Thanks for watching, have a stagey day. Subscribe!